John Beltran, Dave Urick back at Beat Digger Stadium. Looks like Joe Rosenbrock has a right ankle injury, a high sprain perhaps. Hopefully that's the worst it can be at this point. Either way, he's not playing the remainder of this game. Why would he? With a 28-0 Brush lead with 4:35 to go in the third. The ball's just inside the 7. Second down and goal for the Beat Diggers. Garcia will hand it off on the right side to Seawald. Back to the middle to the 5, to the 2, to the 1. He's in! Seawald scores, and the Beat Diggers now lead 34-0. Seawald scored from 7 yards away.
Just a great play there by the Digger offensive line, making that hole, and then Seawald did the rest himself. He carried people into the end zone. It's like he wasn't going to be denied.
Now the extra point to be attempted by Jesus Cardenas. And Coach Schwint is checking on Rosenbrock's condition over there. I think they're just elevating that leg, Dave.
Yeah, it looks like they got it elevated. Right now it's sitting on top of a helmet down there. But the thing that's scary about Joe, remember, last year he played with a broken arm. He kept going back in the game. He was so tough. He had a broken arm.
Well, he's not going to do that now. Not with a lead of 35-0 right here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. John Beltran, Dave Urick back at Beat Digger Stadium. That was a 5-play, 53-yard drive in 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Skylar Seawald scores from 7 yards out. Beat Diggers lead 35-0. And Bayfield leads 20-0 in the third quarter. The ball is squibbed, fielded at the 22 by Meyer, running straight ahead across the 35-yard line, still on his feet, and the Beat Diggers have to hold him up and put him to the ground at the 41. Return of around 19 yards. But Machebeuf has tons of work to do, to say the least.
Yep, they're going to have to do it in the air, too. Last time they came out trying to run the football, they tried to run that option, all that. It's just not going to work. They're going to have to put the ball in the air.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line. One receiver out to the left, 2 to the right. There's the handoff to Robnett right up the middle, and he's to the 45-yard line before the Beat Diggers stack him up. Initial penetration by Austin Acosta. Skylar Seawald also in on the play. I think this Beat Digger unit out there might feel that they still have something to prove. They can shut down this team without Joe Rosenbrock in the lineup.
You bet, and that's a confidence builder for everybody as well. But still, I can't believe Machebeuf comes out running the ball right at him. Robinett's got 8 carries for 16 yards.
Well, I mean, this game is essentially over. 35-0, second down and 6. Murphy, a 2-step drop, throws it out to his right. That pass is caught by Bryce Miller, and he's out of bounds at the 50. He'll pick up 5 yards. Third down and a yard to go. Like a good neighbor, State Farm agent Greg Mullen is there. Let Greg Mullen work with you to get the discount you desire and the coverage you need. State Farm agent Greg Mullen.
Just a flat pattern. Miller just ran about 5 yards downfield and then out of bounds.
3rd and 1 from the 50. Murphy still in a shotgun despite the 3rd and short. He'll hand it off to Robnett, and he runs right into some Beat Diggers. He does not have it. Kyle Hefner and Austin Acosta were right there to greet Robnett. 4th down and 1, and I think Robnett is still flat on his back. He's running so hard, Dave, and that looked like a collision, a major collision.
It was definitely a collision as the Diggers were surging very low. There was no way that he could get over the top.
So it's 4th down and 1 after no gain. And let's see what's Corey Campbell getting up slowly. He's off the field. That was the injury, not to Sean Robnett. It was the offensive lineman Campbell for Bishop Machebeuf. Campbell, the right tackle. It'll be 4th and 1, and the Buffaloes will go for it. Joe Rosenbrock still being attended to, and they're taking care of him. They're wrapping him up so he stays nice and warm. 4th and 1. Murphy's in a shotgun. Awaiting the snap. Has the football. Hands it off on the right side. Rob Nett, and he spins, and he's going to get a first down. He was hit in the backfield, but spun and got to the 48-yard line. He picks up 2 yards, and the drive continues for Machebeuf.
Well, he was hit in the backfield, that's for sure. And when he spun, he just showed so much explosive quickness. He just shot forward for that first down. That was all him.
Skylar Seawald was able to make the tackle. So the Bay Diggers pitching a shutout, and so is Bayfield in Colorado Springs. They lead Colorado Springs Christian 20-0 in the third quarter. Here we've got 2:45 to go in the third, and Brush leads 35-0 over Bishop Machebeuf. 1st and 10 from the 48 of the Bay Diggers. Murphy in a shotgun, 3-step drop, looks, getting pressured, throws off his back foot. That'll go out of bounds. And the pressure was coming from Kyle Muir. And Murphy really had no other recourse but to throw that ball away.
And he got knocked on the turf. Muir again for the second time, pushed him pretty hard, put him on his back. All of Murphy's bootlegs have all been to the right, but they're just so deep. He really can't run towards the line of scrimmage. They're pretty one-dimensional. Now
the Bay Diggers have outscored their opponents this season 250-21 at home. A house of horrors for visiting teams. 2nd down and 10 for the Bay Digger 48-yard line. Murphy once again in a shotgun, going to hand it off to Rob Nett, running up the middle, spinning across the 45 and down at the 42-yard line. And it was Ethan Brost making the play, not before a gain of 6. 3rd and 4 to go for Bishop Machebeuf.
24 yards now for Rob Nett on 11 carries.
Your full-service florist with a whole lot more is the Flower Peddler. Come in and see what's in store at 322 Main Street in downtown Fort Morgan. That's the Flower Peddler.
Brush has been in that 5-2 defense all season. Brost is filling in for Rosenbrock now at that left linebacker.
3rd and 4 at the 42. Murphy awaits the snap. Has it. Hands off to Rob Nett on the right side. Swings it to the outside and has got a yard, and that's it. The Bay Diggers all over that play, with Austin Acosta and Trevor Blake getting to the outside and holding him to a yard, maybe nothing, maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 4, and once again the Buffaloes will go for it with a minute and a half to go in the third, trailing 35-0.
The best part for all the Digger fans that are out here starting to get a little bit cold is the fact that Machebeuf wasn't able to get out of bounds there, and it kept the clock running.
4th and 4 from the 42 of Brush. Shotgun formation for Murphy. Has the football. Play action. Throw the middle is incomplete. Check that. Incomplete. Kukas jumped the route and got his hands on it, but it went through his hands. Intended for Casey Kipp at the 35-yard line, and the Bay Diggers take over on downs, and Kukas read that beautifully.
Yeah, he was on a dead run when the ball went through his hands, right above his head height, and he just couldn't quite hold on to the ball. Had he held on to it, he might have been off to the races.
Yeah, because he had that momentum going towards the end zone. So the Bay Diggers have the football, 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line with 1:07 to go in the third. Kukas is the receiver to the right. In the backfield are Seawald and Tanner Morrow. Morrow has a touchdown in this game, as does Seawald. Rosenbrock with 2. And Garcia looking to throw. Heaves it up the right side. Kukas is wide open. He's got it up the sideline at the 20, the 15, the 10. Kukas dives. And is he into the end zone or is he down at the 1? It's a touchdown. Touchdown. Garcia to Kukas. 58 yards, and the Bay Diggers lead 41-0. Holy mahungus.
I got to tell you, good job to that offensive line and those backs, giving Garcia plenty of time to throw the ball. But Garcia threw the ball right on them. It was a beautiful pass, beautiful spiral, caught Kukas right on the run. The timing was awesome.
2nd touchdown pass of the game from Garcia to Kukas. We'll have plenty of highlights on KSIRsports.com. Unfortunately, that's not one of them. I decided to stop filming after that 35-0. The extra point by Cardenas is up, and that one is good. 25 seconds to go, and a running clock now in a playoff game. And, in fact, this will be the end of the third quarter. Brush 42, Bishop Machebeuf 0 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.